We have a mosque, we have a taco truck, we have tacos, we have community. This is what it's all about.
Doing it here in Orange County, you're uniting the two most despised groups in Orange County, Mexicans and Muslims. It's such a genius idea.
I mean, come on, halal tacos? Halal tacos, for crying out loud. Delicious.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah.
I'm Rida Hamida. I am the founder and executive director of Latino Muslim Unity. So taco trucks at every mosque is a movement that I started back in 2017. It's about bringing a taco truck into a mosque and bringing Latinos and Muslims and marginalized communities together to get access to resources and have conversations to learn about our commonalities, our shared struggles, our intersectionalities. The tortilla, the Arabic bread, meat and cilantro and onions together, you fold it up, you put some sauce on it and you eat it with your hands. I mean, that cultural experience is intersectional. There is political power in bringing people together through tacos because this movement is about ensuring that we vote for people that represent all of us. There you go. Thank you.
There's an art to this.
We are breaking bread by tortilla so that we can have our stomachs filled and our hearts opened so we can have some meaningful conversations with one another. We're going to be expecting about 600 people to line up and be receiving these delicious halal tacos. We've served 1 million halal tacos over the last 5 years, had 40,000 people register to vote, thousands of women wearing hijab in solidarity with the I Stand With Hijabis movement, and got 12,000 people vaccinated. And now we meet West Coast Islamic Society, a polling place. So we're getting people to vote early for this election year.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas taquitos.
I was at the very first taco trucks at every mosque, and there was like, I think 200, 300 people. And then the second one was like over 1,000 people there. I'm like, Latinos are the biggest minority in the United States, and Mexicans make up about 60-some% of it. And in Southern California, tacos aren't even Mexican food anymore. They're Southern California food. And so efforts like what Rida does with taco trucks at every mosque, especially because there is a lack of outreach to Muslim and Latino voters, meet them where they're at. They're at the taco trucks, they're at the mosque. And just something as simple as that does make it easier for folks to then relate to other people, and not just to relate, but then want to defend, and then want to form alliances, and then want to form a better society.
I'm originally from Mecca, California, which is kind of ironic, considering, Islam and Mecca. Everyone was, Mexican or Salvadorian. We're all immigrants working in fields. And so I wasn't really exposed to other cultures growing up over there because that's all I knew, just Latino culture. And Rida was actually the first Muslim woman I got to meet. It was when the Trump administration happened and there was a lot of division with the travel ban and then, with a lot of ICE raids going on. So it was really tough for both of our communities.
Taco Trucks at Every Mosque has brought not only 500,000 people together from Sacramento to Rosarito, but even in Texas and in Milwaukee. I mean, Orange County is the most conservative county in California and used to be the most conservative county in America. So the fact that I was like the first hijab-wearing Muslim woman to work in public office scared a lot of people. I'll never forget a message that was out there from Latinos for Trump founder Marcos Gutierrez that said, if you're not careful, there's going to be a taco truck at every corner because the Latino culture is so dominant. And I was like, that's awesome. Let's spin that into something positive. And so when I thought of serving up halal tacos, a lot of people were just like, wait a minute, halal tacos? What does that mean? They're holy tacos? Like, are they going to convert me to Islam? I was like, no, do kosher hot dogs convert you to Judaism? Do you want carne asada or chicken?
Yeah, chicken and carne asada.
Can we get chicken and carne asada for him? There was a lot of pushback. It's not tacos unless it's carnitas. The funny thing is, the pastor that you love, the origins of it comes from Lebanese that migrated to Mexico in the 1930s, and they had shawarma spits, and because of the shawarma spits, we're actually cutting those up to make tacos aabus, which means Arabic tacos. Before it even gets to the taco truck, we have a halal butcher cut the meat, prepare it. Even the tortillas don't have whey or lard in it, and everything is 100% certifiable halal. The animal is slaughtered in the name of God, and it's just a very sacred way of presenting food and making sure that it's blessed.
Aquí terminando de preparar la primer charola, que es más o menos como 150 libras de pura carne halal. Es una carne muy deliciosa, muy jugosa.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, patrona.
¿Cómo estás, Moy? He is the owner of Tacos El Moy, and Ana, the co-owner of Tacos El Moy.
Va a ser más o menos para 5 años cuando empezamos a trabajar con ella. Es un alimento, el taco que se está sirviendo, a lo que he conocido yo, está bendecida. Creo que tenemos que tener igualdad para toda persona. Y como lo que estamos haciendo ahorita, podemos estar conviviendo y riendo al mismo tiempo con las diferentes culturas. Sea latino, sea musulmán, sea como sea, cualquier raza, tenemos que ser iguales. Yo creo que la comida rompe barreras. Con el sazón y el gusto y la forma como sirve, es con más que suficiente que hablar.
We're lucky today, huh? We're lucky today with someone.
Yeah. Free tacos, free hijabs. I Stand With Hijabis is a movement to educate communities that Muslim women that observe the hijab, which by the way, hijab just means covering in Arabic, is actually a choice. It's supposed to be by free will. If it's not by free will, then it's not intentional, and by default, a lot of these countries like Iran and Saudi Arabia and Malaysia that force women to wear hijab are actually coercing Islam, which in Islam, there is no coercion of religion. I actually started wearing hijab in my mid-20s. I remember like the first week that I wore hijab, I was going to my car in Westwood and I saw a post-it on my car that said, "Go home, Arabs." And I was just like, okay, I'll go home. I live down the street, you know? I had to have that sense of humor in a time where feeling sorry for myself or experiencing victimhood was not empowering. And so by just experiencing that, I realized, no, I'm going to be more of a fighter in regards to representation and making sure that we all embrace our identities instead of feel like we should hide. Bismillah.
Bismillah. Look good. I always felt like I always have to prove myself to other people. Like when I go shopping at the grocery store and they hear me speak Spanish and they say, "Oh, you speak Spanish very well." I go, "Well, I'm Mexican." And then they give me that look like, "What?" Like, "Wait, you can't be because, you know, oh, okay, I didn't know you existed." I'm like, "Yeah, we're here and there's a whole bunch of us." So this is where I thought it was important to tell my story.
When I was asked to participate in the I Stand With Hijabs, I was a little bit afraid. There was so much hate during that time. I remember putting on the hijab. I looked at myself in the mirror and the face that I saw was my great-grandmother, because my great-grandmother used to wear a rebozo. I myself thought of Muslim women as being submissive, and that cannot be further away from the truth, right? Once I met Rida and I was invited to the mosque, and I thought, these women are so courageous and outspoken and unapologetic. Where the heck did this stereotype come from?
I laugh at that because anyone that knows me knows I'm quite the opposite. Hijabis will not be silenced. I know that for a fact.
Exactly, yeah.
We are some of the strongest,
I mean,
outspoken women.
Yeah, if that were the case, we wouldn't be here.
There are people that call me and say, how can I start up a taco truck that serves halal meat. Can you help me open up a halal taco shop? And I'm just like, wow, I didn't realize that I'm the source of all halal tacos now, because Mexicans that were Muslim have always been eating halal tacos. I just brought it to the forefront.
I mean, come on, halal tacos? Halal tacos, for crying out loud. Bringing the best of two communities together, putting it on a tortilla. She's a food hero.
Rida Hamida is a food hero because she had the genius idea of using food as a bridge between two marginalized communities. May there be a taco truck at every mosque all across the United States and then hopefully the world.